Hey, I thought I would take you through my process for writing a single that I just released from volume 2 of my double album Eulogy. It's called Don't Get Sick, This Is America. I wrote this song from deep in the heart of COVID. I really wanted to see if I could write a song like an old-fashioned Woody Guthrie-esque protest song on the guitar. And so this is what I came up with. So I'm going to talk you through how I wrote it musically and how I wrote the lyrics. The music, let's just get that out of the way, is pretty simple, as a lot of old-timey protest songs are. These are the chords you'd learn on your first day of guitar. You got C, A minor, F, G. That's the whole song, just over. All right, so this is what I started with. I just had this phrase, don't get sick, this is America. Don't get sick, this is America. We like them young and healthy and strong. If you get sick in America, ask yourself what you did wrong. So, victim blaming is a classic thing, especially around illness, which is really horrifying. Susan Sontag wrote a book years ago called Illness and Its Metaphors, and a follow-up called AIDS and Its Metaphors. And it was railing against this idea that there's any sort of moral, kind of divine judgment against sick people. And I think it's really good to extinguish that from our mind. So, and if you haven't already picked it up, everything I say in the song is the opposite of what I mean. If you get sick in America, ask yourself what you did wrong. True Americans don't get sick. The best among us are spared the worst, leading the world in healthcare spending. That's why we say America first. So this is something I do in songwriting. I'm sure a lot of people do this. Come up with a better line second, and then work your way back. So you land on the better line, you land on the punchline. And I wanted to land on America first, which is something people say, but also, leading the world in healthcare spending. It's not a badge of honor for us. If you need treatment in America, just use all that money you saved. Ironic, no one has any money saved. Thank God there's no socialism here. Who wants to live like a Scandinavian? His name is Jan. Okay, so I really like the internal rhyme of Scandinave, rhymes with save. And as I was singing it, I said, Scandinavian. And then I went, his name is Jan, some Scandinavian guy. He gets self-insurance, doesn't have to have a job. What a lazy slob. Self-explanatory. Don't be poor, this is America. Count yourself lucky you're in the club. Why do you rely on the government? Surely you got a few nickels to rub. Again, this is kind of this idea that wealth and prosperity is a result of our moral standing, that God favors us if we're wealthy and healthy, saying like, well, surely you got a few nickels to rub. Quit your whining, this is America. You could get by on a minimum wage, which hasn't changed in decades. Just make sure it's all essential. Do you really need 3 meals a day? I remember Bill O'Reilly used to teach poor people on his show how to save their coins so they'd have money. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Grandpa, he did it all himself. He worked hard so me and my father could inherit all that wealth. Oh. So just this notion, this American notion, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, kind of Horatio Alger myth, that if you just work hard, no one works harder in this country than poor people, by the way. And also my grandfather actually did work, one's grandfather, did work that hard, and that's why all this generational wealth has fallen in my lap. I'm in favor of the estate tax, I'll say that. Whoa, his name was Joe. He busted up the unions, they had to go. Sorry, folks. I'm also a member of a couple unions, which I'm a fan of. Don't be black and vote in America. We need to see 10 forms of ID. 8-hour wait in the purple state, small price to pay in the land of the free. pretty self-explanatory. We put up a lot of roadblocks to people voting in this country. If it ain't broke, then we won't fix it. Being here is amazing grace. Me and my friends, we're all colorblind. Stop making everything about race. There's no better place than America. That's the only thing to believe. Quit your whining, this is America. If you don't love her, then you can leave. Oh, I always thought that was such a strange thing, like, if you don't love this country, get the hell out. And it's like, well, this is where I was born. Why can't I like try to make it better and create more opportunity for everyone? Wouldn't that be a more patriotic thing to do? Anyway, oh, there's the door. Set your sails for some other less beautiful shore. But who's keeping score? I like the rhymes there. And then I had a harmonica solo. Kyle Cox did it on the record, my producer here. Here's the final verse. Don't be a woman in America, at least not one that raises her voice. Smile more, ladies, you should be happy. You got every freedom but freedom of choice. Yeah, to tell a woman she needs to smile is... it induces homicidal rage, justifiably. I also don't like being told to smile. But no wonder you got so many exes. You try to be a man and that just won't do. There's a big difference between the sexes, and plenty of men will explain it to you. I like that lyric. But yeah, men like to explain things to women, sadly. So what? Some men are misbehaving. Boys will be boys. What a shock. Supreme Court Justice and the President. That was all just locker room talk. Hey. Again, I backpedaled into that. Locker room talk. What a shock. I like landing on locker room talk. Hey, it's okay. We've seen a nice increase in executive pay. I think that's the most acidic lyric in the whole thing. That people justify all these horrors because the stock market's doing well. Let us pray. And then I just thought I would end it with a good old classic. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, of thee I sing. So that's it. That's how I wrote Don't Get Sick, This Is America. It's the opening track, like I said, on volume 2 of my double LP Eulogy. Volumes 1 and 2, Eulogy, volume 1 came out at the end of last year. Volume 2 will be out very, very soon. Keep an eye out for it. This is, I have a couple of other somewhat political tracks, but this is my most kind of overtly Woody Guthrie, Storm the Barricades tune. Hope you enjoy it, and hope you like the tune, and I hope you spread the word about the album. Thanks so much. Peace.